So hopefully I don't have food issues here now. We shouldn't do, but let's check it out. Okay, looks like I've run into some minor race somewhere. Let's minimize that for a second. I can figure out where it is then. So it's here in Aldebaran. Now, I would love to show combat to you straight away and start to show you the battle cards, which I don't believe I've shown you yet, and I will do shortly. But I don't. If this does have a weapon, no, it doesn't have a weapon. You can see the sword symbol, 0 next to it. I have literally 0 chance of winning that, even though it says I got a bit there. So I'm gonna retreat. I don't think I can ram him or anything. I'm gonna retreat, and hopefully it goes in a decent direction. Okay. I forgot to show you the new advanced options, but I'll show that next time round. So if we come into here, you can see now this battle plays deck has been added. Select your cards for the space battles. So this has similarities to End of Space 1, but it is different. Each of these cards does slightly different things. At the moment we've got 2 defensive ones, 2 attacking ones, and 1 which I'm not sure what's it called. Post-battle family cards. So this gives extra dust per command point destroyed, I think. I'm going to keep to the default ones. You can actually unlock more slots somehow later on via the tech tree. And you basically use this before combat to give yourself an edge, hopefully. If I come out of that, well, once you make a change as well, basically can do it again after 10 turns for free, but if you do it in between that time you have to spend a bit of influence, not much at all there. If we look in the tech tree, you can actually see some of the cards here. So yeah, you can pick up more later on. Right, that colony ship is done. How many more systems can I colonize nearby? I need to figure out what tech I need to colonize that system more than likely. I think I should probably get some industry up here. Let's get that up. So I'm going to take 2 turns, surprisingly quickly actually. Quick that. Do I have... Right, that scout's coming back down there. I'm going to send that to the Aldebaran system. Okay, I'm hoping I can get that finished before colonizing that, probably. This is actually about to be completed. It should have been completed this turn, arguably. I think that's it for the turn. Right, next turn. I could check out diplomacy, couldn't I? For the Lumaris, I'll do that shortly. Let's stick in that here. So it looks alright. That system. Getting population there. Yeah, let's do that then. Let's have a word then. So we can introduce ourselves. This is to present yourself to another empire who you have discovered, but who themselves are currently unaware of you. Ooh, that's interesting. It will unlock new diplomatic options. Okay, looks like there's a text issue there. You know what? As much as I'd like to show the diplomacy options that are potentially available here, that's new. It probably isn't a good idea for me to introduce myself to an endless AI that doesn't know about me when I don't have a military. Sounds iffy to me. So I'm not going to do that quite yet. Okay. This is actually the first time I'm playing Endless as well, so we'll see how it goes. I did grab one in the last Let's Play, I think, though, so I think I'm probably ready to give it a go. And yeah, let's, after we've done the movement, what's left? Now I believe ships do actually automatically repair, but it takes a while, so I think it's actually worthwhile me doing that. I'm earning a bit. I want to get this back out quickly, so I'm going to repair it. There's a probe on it, but when do we get the next one back? 2 turns. I'll move it to there and then maybe use a couple couple of probes actually, or at least one. Right, so that's done. Now, Stadorus, currently, it is getting its food from Kochab, which is the capital system. But I'm actually going to change this. I'm going to switch it over to my new fully fledged colony of Orm, which will probably give it less food for on the freighters. But that frees up the capital now to have more food, and I can use that food to send to Aldebaran, which is quick route rather than that to there. Yeah, should be able to get that up and running pretty quickly, hopefully. That hasn't actually arrived yet, which I didn't realise. Next turn. Research. So we picked up that tech. We're in that era now. Not sure what I'm going to go in for there next, but I'm not quite actually going to research there. So what could I go for? I don't really need improvements still yet, but I do actually probably need colonizing tech for this world. So there's gas, 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 and a desert world. So you can actually research the gas giant tech pretty early on now in the tech tree. Because of how the tech tree now works, you can really get very deep within a tech tree very soon, which used to be the case in the old system. This is kind of a mix between Endless Space 1 and the Endless Legend tech tree still. I can barely remember the Endless Legend tech tree actually, since I haven't played it for ages, but yeah, it's a mixture of the two. So gas giant tech now, I believe, if my memory is correct, is there. So it's really, before on a previous update, you'd have to research about 30 odd techs before you could get that, and you can literally get this now in about a couple techs away if you beelined it. I don't think I'll be going for that quite yet, and actually the approval is terrible on gas giants anyway. The desert world one is actually there, and that's tech I actually want to get, but that's going to take a bit too long currently, probably for it to be worthwhile going perhaps quite yet. So I am going to, I want to get the system developments pretty soon, especially since I've got blue cat mold and I'm more than likely going to want to use it. So, and that's extra research as well. So what I'm going to do, I think I'd love to know if I need that to get that, but I'm just going to research this. So this opens up the marketplace. I'll probably pick up one of those and pick that up to hopefully get heroes, which I'm not sure. Well, I either have to find the academy or there's a tech here which I could make, but look at the cost on that to pick up the academy embassy. It's 1080, very expensive. I may need that at some point though, but being able to get extra heroes would be great because they're really good. Let's end the turn. Hope I didn't forget anything. Okay. Right, it's a little graphic glitch then, showing up twice. This guy's got up to level 3. I will move this guy into a better system eventually if I can find one, but for now he can stay where he is. He's got the most population and it's probably where he's best. Definitely where he's best. Right, that's only got one probe still, but I think he gets one back next turn. I am going to actually send that probe in that direction, and that can go over there. What did that finish? Right, come back in a second. That can colonize Aldebaran. Really a lot of food here, so should get done quicker. Right, that's 14 turns, but it gets 46 from Kochab. Okay, now you can see the cost is going up here for these as well. That's because I colonized Orm. So I can't actually do those now because I don't have enough influence or dust. Right, this is Horatio Prime. It's a hot world. Is it Mediterranean like last time around? Yeah. What do I want here then? I think I'm gonna get more industry up. I don't think we got the follow up to that event this time around either, for some reason. yet. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. There's nowhere else I can actually colonize quite yet, so yeah, let's get the industry up. May want to focus more on getting some certain buildings in the tech tree now. I'd love to know how well the AI is doing actually with the Lumeris. It used to let you know how many command points you had here, but I've actually removed that in this update for some reason. Normally the economic details would be here, but I turned it off, so it's a bit of a shame that these are gone, but yeah, I'd rather not have the game over in about potentially 60 turns or something, or less than 100 at least. Let's end the... If I conquer the galaxy in less than 100 turns, I'll be very happy, but yeah, I think Dust's victory in that time is a bit ridiculous. It's definitely an issue with the game currently, if people are doing that. So system defenders, what does this mention? Oh, star system management. So let's come into here. There's probably odd new feature I haven't gotten to yet, and I'll try to as soon as I'm in a good position to show them, but I can't remember anything specifically. Would definitely want to show the new combat off, but we need some combat ships really before I can do that. So this is mentioning manpower basically, and yeah, this was in the last update, so it's nothing new. I don't have the manpower or the resources to do that yet. Not that I need to do it yet. Increase the troop ability. Oh, that reminds me what I need. I actually could do with another scout ship, so I think I might get that in first and then make one, actually. Right, we've actually discovered a special planet here. Kairos, when discovered, was a planet whose environment was so welcoming that it was taken by many pre-Dust Ender sects as their promised paradise. Unfortunately, conflict and strife exploded over its care and exploitation, and a grey goo nanobot plague was unleashed as a suicidal doomsday weapon that destroyed the biosphere. It exists today only as a memorial and object lesson. So, whether or not these special buildings have been updated in this update to have special abilities, I don't know, and I may have mentioned that in the original video, I'm not sure. But what they do have, well, that has a heck of a lot of influence on it, so that's definitely unique to them. Don't know if there's anything else. I could do with getting a colony ship over here though, probably. So how many turns for this to get done? Not many at all. So, you know what, I'm going to get another colony ship out now, I think. Could put some engines on it, but I still don't have much industry, so I won't bother. 4 turns, so that's quite a long time for some reason. Okay, we'll go with it. Let's get the movement done. Hopefully not run into miners. There's actually, I'm surprised to see this, there's another colonizable system here, so I could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's 2 miners, so I think this has got one more star system than my last nebula did, last constellation. Okay. Doesn't look like much is going on down there still, good. Let's end the turn. Should, I was just about to say, be able to gene splice pretty soon. In fact, I can do it now. We have enough population. Well, that's not good. A serious error has occurred. I am going to continue playing. I'll save and load the game. I think this is effectively a temporary patch for a alpha version of the game, and there is a risk of things like that. Yeah, I'll save the game and hopefully that doesn't come back, whatever issue that was. Okay, I've decided to use the autosave from the turn previously. Hopefully I don't go getting whatever error that was again. But if I do, I'll continue on with it, and hopefully it doesn't cause any issues. Right, so we've done that, haven't we? Let's move that on, and yeah, we found that. Let's end the turn. I hope that doesn't appear again. Okay. Right, hopefully that worked. That looks, well, didn't get it come up again, did we? So yeah, I presume it did. Let's do the automated movements. Alright, so we got our revealer scout ship up there. Population grew there, and I have to keep an eye on that. I'm gonna have to colonize a planet there if I can. If it gets near to pop cap. Who's got your vote? So this is a political survey of what's going on, and you can see the scientists are in the lead, and substantially in the lead, crazily in the lead, 99%. Now, previously when I've played a dictatorship, it was with the Cravers, and basically, if you lost an election with the party you supported, you would get crazy approval issues, which could wreck your empire. Now, the little bit I've played with the Horatio so far, that doesn't really seem to be the case. The negatives you get for a faction not being within the Senate on your worlds are really very small now. I'm not sure if that's the case with the Cravers still. There might be some mechanic with them that's different because they have to feed constantly. But yeah, I think I may support the Scientist Party potentially, especially since they have so much support. But we'll come to that shortly. Right, what happened then? Our revealer got to here. And I do have a probe, and you know what? I think I'm gonna send it off up here. I think there might be more than 4 sectors on the rim map, potentially. There might be 5. I'd be surprised if there's 6, but who knows. So if there's 5, there's probably a constellation that has no major empire in it, so I really would hope that there's one up there that happens to be the case. Okay, so let's right, that's the movement, that can wait. Did I think I put a colony ship in here last time round and I forgot to do it after that bug. I'll put it in there now. Gene splicing, I was going to mention this last time round. We now have enough population of Zavali to make use of this. We need 2. Now, what happens with this is, if I splice their genes, my Horatio population gain those bonuses for every single Horatio that exists. Downside is that all the Zavali within my empire are exterminated or cut up, used for bits and bobs. So, but I do think they can migrate back to you. So this is worthwhile doing straight away, probably, to reduce how much population you lose. I'm going to do that now, but the downside is I'm going to have less population on my homeworld, but my Horatio will be slightly better. If you can do that with a lot of Horatio, then in theory they could get rather good towards the end of the game. I would say the Horatio are pretty generic actually in how they play. They're probably very good for if it's your first game of Endless Space 2 or you're learning the ropes. Nothing's too complicated like some of the mechanics. The Vodiani are probably the worst to play as your first game since they play very differently. Yes, maybe the Cravers as well have a few issues. But yeah, very good for a first game, I'd say. Horatio are. I think that's it for this turn now, so let's end the turn. Now the next minor race, I think you might be able to do it with a major race, hopefully you can. But I need 3 population for the next time round of whoever happens to be. But these should start to migrate to my world at some point. System defenders. So I think we might have had this before. Okay. Right. That's got another probe. What is that? Was that mine originally? Oh, I think I set it from there, didn't I? I was thinking it was another empire then. I'm going to bring this over here and look at some of these planets. I think, are any of my colonizable planets? Yeah, Orm. Well, I don't know why it's flashing. And that I need to look, do some scouting on actually. I'll come here first though. Okay, we have an event, and from memory I'm going to pick this one because I think there's a follow-up event. It's an old event in previous updates. Let's do the expedition. There's that still 10 curiosity reward should be available still. There's quite a lot to do here actually. There's 2 colonizable worlds straight away. More blue cat mold. Definitely going to be wanting to pick up that planet, that system. There's an opportunity here to get a free technology, but I would lose science. Now my science currently, I would lose 10. That's a significant amount, really significant amount. Let's try and pick up, oh I can't get that yet. This tech, now that's mainly to do with foreign populations at system level, which I basically have no bonuses for, so that's useless currently. I would like that buyout one, but I don't have much money at the moment, so it's not valuable. I need 1 more level to get here, so this is a no-brainer option really compared to that one. 5 turns. I think I am going to gamble here and actually take this, but that's a lot of science currently. Okay. I haven't even researched a science tech yet, but science building, but I'm still pretty busy on this world, so I don't really need it yet actually. I do have the science specialization tech, I believe, for my worlds though, which I will be using in a bit. Right, that's done, and yeah, that's it for turn. So next turn. There's 2 nice resources there, but that's a crappy system. Yeah, we got the follow up here, and this is extra industry on systems for 10 turns, so that's fantastic. And sadly, I didn't get that first. The Lumaris got that. I actually got that first in the ill-fated game I started recording for. Yeah, they beat me to it. Not a big issue, it's only a couple hundred dust. Ooh. I found another constellation by the looks of it. It's the Empire border there. Right, so that was quick on both accounts. Sadly, looks like both of them are populated. So I need to colonize this as quickly as possible, everything, build up militarily and go for one of these. That one looks like it's probably nearer than that one. Score wise they are, well, we don't know them yet actually, I haven't found them. Probe, might want to send another one over there in a bit. Not going to make introductions yet. Let's end turn. Status just completed. Let's get that in there next, and probably that one after that, I imagine. Well, actually, maybe not, because it's got resources. I'll figure it out later. Right, population went up there, of course. And let's... I think, yeah, I should send a probe up here. Okay. Orm finished something. Could colonize that, but there's not as much food, is it? There's a bit of bone production, however. I think I can keep to that. That has luxuries and strategics. Only 1 population. That's temperate, which that gives a bonus, extra bonus for. So yeah, I get that in next. More than likely be getting that in after that. Okay. Maybe I could get the extra dust and science building in there at some point, but it's expensive. Let's end the turn. There should be an election coming up soon, if not this turn, next turn. Okay, I think my colony ship just finished. Could get one out pretty soon for that as well. Let's bring that up here. So, which one is supporting this? Co-chap, the capital? I think I'm okay with that still. Okay. Could speed this up, but there's really not much point. Too expensive. It's got every cost. Right, I've done that, and I think, yeah, that's it for the turn. Next turn. Do have to be a bit careful with my money, it's getting a bit iffy maybe. Election day. Right. So, as you can see here, that's all red. That means support, in theory, should get completely and utterly wiped out for the religious party. I'm going to support the scientists then, but I've seen this happen before, and you'd expect it to be like 100% scientists here, but I got a feeling it won't be. Yeah, I'm going to officially support the scientist party. There is a specific law I've got in mind that would be very useful, but I will be giving up that really huge food bonus, which is very debatable when I could do with a lot of food currently. My population isn't exactly that large yet. Let's go scientists. Yeah, right, the religious party absolutely dominated that election and won it significantly, even though it certainly didn't suggest that was going to happen. So let's go to the next step. Now, because we're a dictatorship, we're always powerful in the party that we support. And you can see here various unlocked laws that I could choose, and there's some decent ones in here. The one I was mentioning, I believe, is that one. Huge extra science boost, that's the one I'm going after. But there could be some other good ideas in there as well. Okay, so with dictatorship, that could really badly affect my approval. The automatic law for the science party is you're able to research technologies from one era ahead. That's pretty significant. What is this? We actually lost out on that one as well. Okay. There's endless difficulty though. Right. So this one, we lost both of those. If we go into the laws, yeah, I'm gonna pick up the science one. Let's check our approval though here first. So it's 57%. If I go on a system and check it in more detail, you can see representatives not in Senate. I'm getting minus 2.5, so it's basically 0.5 per one here. So it's tiny, and this really, I think either this has been reduced a heck of a lot, or the Cravers have something very different mechanic when they have a dictatorship that causes a lot more unhappiness. But that's not an issue at all for us. So basically, I could pick whatever party I want. Really, I don't have to stick with religious if I fancy something else, it would seem, because approval wise it's really not an issue. I could even switch governments to something else, non-dictatorship, so I could have more than two parties get in and have their laws, but it's unlikely that you'd be able to have two powerful laws at any one time. You need broad support for it. Yeah, two broad support laws. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to pick this one up. No influence cost, which is probably a bug, I assume. Yeah, influence just really isn't all that valuable, sadly, at the moment. For these guys, certainly. What is going on here then? So, we've still got that. I've sent out a probe. I think I'll do an expedition here. Hopefully that probe finds what I wanted to find. We'll do that one. I found a resource, and I don't like that sound. Quest started. The ripple effect. A preliminary exploration of this ocean planet reveals only one thing. A screaming band of Hisho fighters who fire off an opening salvo of rockets before even attempting communication. Your repeated warning broadcasts do nothing to slow their advance. Your ships are entering defensive formation even as you give the command fight for your life. We get a reward for defeating those Hisho. But I don't have any guns on here, do I? So let's do auto retreat. Okay. And that might mean that I might not be able to colonize that system if there's Hisho then. This has already started moving. So that's an issue as well. Might have to colonize there instead of that one. That's a real pain because that's a really good world. So I could do with getting some combat ships out, but to do that I need the industry, and I could do with some more techs related to ships as well for that matter. Right, I think that's all I can do this turn now, so let's end the turn. Score wise they're ahead of me, which isn't good. But it's endless difficulty, that's to be expected at this stage. Okay, we found the Sophons, or they found us.